There is a kind of tiredness that sleep cannot touch. You know the one. It settles somewhere behind your eyes. It lives in the quiet spaces between one task and the next. It has nothing to do with how many hours you rested last night, because this is not the tiredness of a body that has worked too hard. This is the tiredness of a person who has given too much, for too long, to too many, and who is still standing there, hand outstretched, waiting. Waiting for the daughter to call without being reminded. Waiting for the husband to notice what you carry. Waiting for the friend to ask how you are really asked. Not just as a greeting before she talks about herself. Waiting for your own mother, maybe, to say the words she never said. Waiting for someone, anyone, to finally see the weight you have been holding and say, I see you. I am here. You do not have to do this alone. And the waiting never quite ends, does it? It does not end because you are weak. It does not end because you love too much or care too deeply. It does not end because something is broken in you. It does not end because no one ever told you that the waiting was the wound, not the answer to it. Today, I want to walk with you through something that the Buddha taught more than 2,500 years ago. Something that sounds almost too simple when you first hear it. But when it lands, when it truly lands, it does not just change the way you think. It changes the way you breathe. Stay until teaching number 5. What you hear there may give you back something you did not even realize you had surrendered. Before we begin, if this channel has ever felt like a quiet room where you could breathe freely, subscribe and ring the bell, so the next time you need this, it finds you. Now breathe. And let these words find you where you are. No one is born expecting. It is something we learn. When you were small, you watched. You watched how love worked in your house. You saw what got rewarded and what got ignored. You noticed, even if you could not name it, that certain things brought warmth and certain things brought silence. And without anyone saying so out loud, you began to understand the rules. Give enough and you will receive. Help enough and someone will help you back. Stay small enough, patient enough, good enough, and eventually, the love you have been pouring out will return to you. That was not a failure of character. That was a child trying to make sense of the world with the tools a child has. You built your understanding of love from what you were shown, and then you carried that understanding into every relationship that followed, into every friendship, every marriage, every family gathering, every act of quiet sacrifice that you made hoping someone would notice. And the world sometimes did not play by the rules you had learned. So here you are, not broken, not foolish, only carrying a belief that was given to you before you were old enough to question it. And today, very gently, we are going to look at it together. Because only when we can see a belief clearly, only when we hold it up to the light can we decide whether it is worth keeping. Teaching 1. The person you are waiting for does not exist. Every expectation begins with an act of imagination. Before the disappointment, there is a picture. A picture you built quietly, without realizing you were building it. A picture of how someone would love you, how they would show up, what they would say, when they would say it. You built this picture from your needs, your history, your longing, and then you placed it over the face of the real person standing in front of you. And here is what the Buddha understood that most of us spend a lifetime learning. You were never really waiting for them. You were waiting for the version of them that lived only in your mind. Think about the last time someone let you down. Not a catastrophic betrayal, just the ordinary ache of a person not being what you needed them to be. What actually happened? Sit with that question for a moment before you answer it. In most cases, if you are honest, the person acted from their own nature, from their own wounds, from their own capacity on that particular day. They did not wake up and decide to fail you. They simply were who they were, and who they were did not match who you needed them to be. The gap between those two things, between the real person and the imagined one, that gap is not their failure. That gap is where your suffering lives. The Buddha taught that the root of most human pain is not what happens to us. It is the distance between what happens and what we believed should happen. We do not suffer from reality. We suffer from the collision between reality and expectation. When you can see this, really see it, something begins to shift. Not because people become easier, not because the loneliness disappears, but because you stop holding someone responsible for a role they never auditioned for. The freedom is not in finding better people. The freedom is in releasing the imaginary versions of the people who are already here. Teaching 2. The gate no one locked. I want to tell you a story. I want you to listen to it slowly, because it is about something most of us have done without knowing we were doing it. There was once an old woman who had spent years sitting beside the gate of a large house at the end of a country road. She sat there every morning and every evening, watching the gate, waiting for the owner to come out and invite her in. She had decided, years ago, that if she was patient enough, if she waited long enough and caused no trouble, he would eventually open the gate and welcome her. So she waited. Season after season, she watched the flowers change and the leaves fall and the snow come and go. She grew thinner, she grew tired, and still she sat. One afternoon, a traveler passed by and stopped to rest beside her. He noticed the woman staring at the gate. After a while, he asked, "Has the owner promised you something? Did he say he would come?" The woman was quiet for a long moment. "No," she finally said. "He has never spoken to me at all." The traveler looked at the gate. Then he looked more carefully, and he said, very gently, "The gate is not locked. It has never been locked. The only thing keeping you outside is that you chose to wait rather than to walk. Sit with that. Now, think of your own gate. Who have you been waiting outside of? Who do you believe holds the key to something that is already yours? Love, peace, a sense of being enough. How long have you been sitting beside a gate that was never locked?" The Buddha taught that suffering is not always done to us. Sometimes, often we do it to ourselves, quietly and persistently, by waiting for a permission that was never required. No one owed that woman an invitation, and no one owes you one either. Not for your own peace, not for your own life. You have been waiting outside a door that was never locked. You could have walked in at any moment. You still can. Teaching 3. No one owes you anything, and that is not a wound, it is a key. I need to say something now that may sting. I am going to say it anyway, because I think you are ready to hear it, and because on the other side of it is something very close to freedom. No one owes you anything. Before you close your heart to that, I know how many years you gave. I know how many meals you cooked, and how many times you showed up, and how many of your own needs you set aside so quietly that no one even noticed they had been set aside. I know the weight of that. I am not here to dismiss it. But listen, no one owes you anything does not mean you are not worthy of love. You are. It does not mean you should accept cruelty or indifference. You should not. It means something quieter and far more important than either of those things. It means that your peace cannot live in someone else's hands. The Buddha observed something that took centuries to fully understand. Every person you have ever known has acted from their own level of awareness, from their own history of loss, from their own wounds that no one ever helped them tend. When someone could not give you what you needed, it was in almost every case not because they chose not to. It was because they did not know how. Because what you were asking for was something they themselves had never received and did not know how to offer. You cannot ask someone to give what they have never been given. That is not cruelty, it is limitation. And limitations do not deserve your lifelong resentment. They deserve, perhaps, your compassion and your decision to stop waiting for water from a well that ran dry long ago. When you release the idea that someone owes you something, you do not become less, you become free. Free from the ledger, free from the counting, free from the daily disappointment of checking the debt and finding it unpaid. No one owes you anything, and the moment you believe that truly, in your bones you stop being a prisoner of what they choose to give. Teaching. 4. The invisible contract. There is a trap that almost everyone walks into, and almost no one realizes it until they have walked into it many, many times. We call it love. We call it generosity. We call it care. But underneath it, if we are honest, if we are willing to be very, very honest with ourselves, there is often a contract. A contract that the other person never saw, never agreed to, never even knew existed. You helped someone, and without saying so, you expected to be helped in return. You showed up for someone, and without saying so, you expected them to show up for you. You made yourself smaller, more accommodating, more endlessly available, and without saying so, you expected that this would earn you something. Safety, recognition, love, the feeling of being chosen. And when the other person did not pay the debt they did not know they owed, you felt the loss of something that was never really there. The Buddha taught that a great deal of human suffering comes from exactly this: giving with a hidden hand, loving with fine print, helping with an expectation buried so deep we do not even admit it to ourselves. Here is the question worth sitting with today, and I ask it not to judge you, only to help you see. Is there someone in your life you have helped and quietly resented when they did not help back? Someone you have loved and found yourself keeping a kind of invisible score with? Someone whose response or lack of response has come to feel like a verdict on your worth? If the answer is yes, the invitation is not to stop giving. It is to give differently. To give without the hand behind your back. To help because helping is who you want to be, not because you are building a case for what you deserve in return. A contract no one else signed cannot be broken by anyone but you. And when you tear it up, the relief is real. Give without keeping score. Not because you are naive, because you are free. Teaching 5. Giving without waiting is the only real freedom. You have been told, in ways both loud and quiet, that if you give without receiving, if you love without conditions, you are foolish, easy, something to be taken advantage of. You have been told to keep score, to protect yourself, to make sure the balance stays fair. And so you did. And somewhere along the way, love became a negotiation. Kindness became a currency, and you grew tired in a way that had nothing to do with what you were doing and everything to do with why you were doing it. Today I want to offer you something different, not a strategy, a permission. Think for a moment of the people in your life, past or present, who have seemed most at peace. Not the most successful, not the most admired, the most genuinely, quietly at peace. The people who, when you sat beside them, made you feel like you could breathe more slowly. What did they have in common? Almost certainly, they were people who gave without counting. They helped without waiting. They loved without keeping records. Not because they were saints, not because they had never been hurt, but because they had discovered something that most of us spend our whole lives almost discovering. When you give freely, when there is no hidden debt, no silent expectation, no part of you waiting for the return. You cannot be disappointed, because there was nothing owed. There was only an act of love, whole and clean, that belonged entirely to you before you even offered it. There is a word in Buddhist teaching, metta. It is usually translated as loving kindness, but the older meaning is simpler. It comes from the word for friend, and what it describes is the quality of goodwill that asks nothing back. That extends to a stranger the same warmth it extends to someone beloved. That can wish happiness even for those who have hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because holding the bitterness was costing you too much. This is not weakness. This is the furthest thing from weakness. Think of a woman who makes a meal. She moves through her kitchen in the late afternoon light, chopping and stirring, and she is not thinking about whether anyone will thank her. She is not calculating. She is simply in the act of feeding the people she loves, and in that act, in that very moment, she is already complete. The thank you would be welcome, but the peace does not depend on it. The peace is already there in the chopping and the stirring and the smell of something warm. That is what giving without waiting looks like. It is not a grand gesture. It is an ordinary moment made whole by the absence of expectation. You have been waiting for someone to tell you it is safe to love without keeping score. Consider this, that permission. It was always safe. You were simply never told. Let that land. Teaching 6. While you were waiting, your life was happening. Waiting has a cost that we rarely add up until we are too tired to ignore it. It steals the present, quietly, without announcement. When you are waiting for someone to change, your attention is not here. It is in a future where they finally become who you need them to be. When you are waiting for someone to see you, you are not seeing what is in front of you right now. You are living in the gap between what is and what you believe should be. And while you live there, the hours pass. The ordinary moments, the ones that make up the texture of a real life, pass unnoticed. The afternoon light through the window, the sound of rain, the child or grandchild who just wanted to sit near you, the body that carried you through decades, asking only for a moment of your attention. The Buddha said, the present moment is the only place life actually occurs, not in the past that cannot be changed, not in the future that has not arrived. Here, now, this breath, this room, this moment that will never come again. But there is another kind of waiting that is harder to name, quieter. And I want to speak to it because I think it is one you may recognize. It is the waiting we do for ourselves. Somewhere inside you, there may be a version of your life you imagined you would have by now, a kind of peace you thought you would feel, a freedom or a closeness or a certainty, and somewhere along the way, that life did not arrive in the shape you imagined. And part of you has been quietly grieving the distance between the life you have and the life you pictured, while at the same time not fully inhabiting the life you actually have. You are allowed to mourn that. That grief is real and it is yours. And then, gently, when you are ready, you are allowed to forgive yourself for not being the person you imagined you would be, for the chapters that went differently, for the version of yourself you expected, and the version of yourself who actually showed up. That version, the real one, has survived more than you give her credit for. She deserves to be here, fully here, in this moment, in this life, which is the only one there is. Life does not begin when someone finally chooses you. Life is what has been happening all along, quietly, imperfectly, beautifully, while you were looking somewhere else. Teaching 7. You were already enough. At the bottom of all the waiting, if you follow it all the way down, you will find a belief. The belief that your worth is something other people decide. that if the right person chooses you, you will finally be enough. If the right person sees you, really sees you, the question will be settled. The long uncertainty will end. You will know, at last, that you are real, that you matter, that the years of giving and hoping and staying were worth something. The Buddha taught something that takes a lifetime to truly accept. The peace you are searching for in the eyes of other people, it is not there. It was never there. Not because you are not worth peace, but because peace is not something that exists in another person's gaze. It exists, if it exists anywhere, inside the one doing the searching. Imagine a lamp, an old lamp in a room that has been dim for a long time. For years it has stood there waiting for someone to come and light it, waiting for someone to say, "Your light is worth something, your light should be seen," waiting for permission to shine. But the switch was always there, on the side of the lamp, out of sight, all along. The lamp did not need anyone to light it from the outside. It only needed, somehow, to remember that the light was already inside and that the waiting was the only thing keeping the room dark. You are that lamp. Your value does not increase when someone chooses you. It does not decrease when someone overlooks you. It does not depend on whether the phone rings or the door opens or the right words are finally spoken. You have been enough since before you started wondering whether you were. The day you stop waiting for someone to confirm, that the day you step into the room of your own life and reach for the switch yourself, that is the day the light comes on. And it will be a light that no one can take from you, because it was always yours. The closing. Today, you walked through something that has been sitting quietly inside you for a long time. You walked through the recognition that the person you were waiting for, the version who would finally love you in the right way, see you in the right way, give you what you needed in the right way, that person was always a picture, not a promise. That the suffering was never really about what others failed to do. It was about the distance between the real world and the one you were taught to expect. You looked at the gate you had been sitting outside of, and you saw that it was never locked. You heard that no one owes you anything, and instead of a wound, you let it be a key. You found the contract that only you had signed, and you considered tearing it up. You heard the word metta and felt, perhaps, the first edge of what it might mean to give freely without the weight of waiting for something to come back. And you sat for a moment in the present, the only place the life you actually have is actually happening, and you remembered yourself. Not the version you imagined. The one who is here, the one who carried all of this quietly and kept going anyway. There is only one thing left. Release the waiting. Not all at once, not without sadness, because some of what you were waiting for was genuinely worth wanting, and it is right to honor that. But begin with one small act that chooses presence over anticipation, with one moment of giving that expects nothing, with one quiet turn toward the life that is already here, the one that has been patiently waiting for you to arrive in it. You do not have to be done healing to begin living. You do not have to have resolved every question to step through the unlocked gate. You only have to decide today, in this moment, with this breath, that your peace belongs to you. Not to whoever finally calls, not to whoever finally sees. To you. It always did. If something in this video touched you, if one sentence landed somewhere you were not expecting, I would love for you to tell me which one. Leave it in the comments below. Tell me whose approval you have been waiting for, or what you might do differently today. Your words are never just for you. They land in someone else's life exactly when they are needed. If you want to keep walking this path toward stillness, toward yourself, toward a quieter and truer way of being in the world, I would be honored to walk it with you. Subscribe, and I will meet you here again. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for trusting this space with your attention. And remember, your peace was never theirs to give. It was never too late to take it back.